Hey guys, CJ here with Waste Rectified once again. Today I'm going to talk to you about this Stojo Collapsible Coffee Cup. Is it worth it? I'll tell you right now. So today we're talking about the Stojo Collapsible Coffee Cup. If you are like me, I cannot start a day without coffee. It is impossible. Coffee is literally sometimes the only reason I get out of bed in the morning. So I was kind of thinking it would be nice to find a collapsible cup that I could just throw in my purse, and then when I needed it, I could just, open it up and use it for the coffee or whatever hot beverage I might be in the mood for. Hot chocolate, coffee, it doesn't really matter. So that's when I came across the Stojo. First off, let's talk a little bit about Stojo as a brand. Stojo was started by three dads who kind of got together and decided they wanted to tackle the problem of America throwing away about 60 billion disposable coffee cups annually. And you can't recycle them because a lot of them have like a plastic lining to keep the liquid from leaking through the paper, right? So they're not recyclable and they just go to the garbage. So they decided to come up with a collapsible cup so that it was more easily transportable between coffee breaks, which is pretty smart. The cool thing about their design is that it really does compact down to a relatively small size. I'll just smoosh this one here for demonstration. But so it collapses down to pretty small size, and then the sleeve slips into the bottom here and fits very nicely into the bottom. And then you can close the top right here, and this goes into your purse or what have you. Another great pro about the Stojo cup is that when you're done and you collapse it down, it's leak-proof. So I could throw this back in my purse and not worry about like the little drips and whatever that it might be rolling around on the inside. Granted, this needs to be completely empty. You don't want to collapse it down when it's half full or something, but when you seal it up and everything, this is leak-proof, so you're not going to get drips of coffee spilling into your bag and your stuff. The Stojo does come with a straw that fits perfectly into this hole. Of course, I lost mine. My children love silicone straws, and I think they walked away with it and I wasn't able to find it, but it does come with a straw that is the perfect height for a mug like this. So these are microwavable, they're microwave safe, and they're also dishwasher safe, so at least they're easy to clean. That's a nice feature, that you can just toss it in the dishwasher or the microwave. If your coffee does get too cold for your taste, you can always put it in the microwave and heat it up. The Stojo does come in a couple different sizes. You have a 12 ounce and a 16 ounce, and I think they might have even since come out with a little bit larger one, but this is the 16 ounce, which is the larger of the two sizes that I could find, which I looked on Amazon, essentially is where I got this. So this was $15 on Amazon for the 16 ounce, and the 12 ounce is about the same. So, and one nice feature of these cups is that on the inside, they do have like a measuring, I don't know if you can see, but they have numbers so that you can tell how much coffee you're drinking. So if you go to a coffee shop and use it, that's a nice barometer for them too. A nice measuring option so that they can see how many ounces of coffee to give you or how much you want to give yourself. So that's just kind of a nice feature. So now let's talk about some of the cons of this cup. One of the first cons that I noticed when I was using it is you have to be careful when you're putting the lid on when there's contents inside. Even with the sleeve on, that does give it some stability, the silicone is so soft that like it collapses on itself sometimes even when you're trying to close it. So you have to be careful, because if it's filled too full and you squish it just a little, like bend it when you're trying to put the lid on, your coffee will spill out the top. So that is something you want to be aware of when you close it. You need to be delicate in screwing the lid on and then maybe holding the bottom of the plastic lid and the top of the plastic lid instead of holding onto the cup itself, because that will result in spills, and nobody wants hot coffee on themselves. That's not a great way to start your day. Another con is that, of course, silicone is not a great insulator. So even with this plastic sleeve around the body of it, because the outside of the cup can get warm, because again, silicone is not a great insulator. Your coffee is not going to stay warm for an extended period of time. You probably have like 30 minutes, and if you're outside in the cold, maybe less time to drink your coffee hot and maybe even warm. The heat escapes out of the silicone at a very fast rate. At least I thought so. So I really wouldn't use this for an everyday mug because as a mom, I set my coffee down and I can't get back to it for like 30 minutes and my coffee would be cold every day. If you work inside the home and things of that nature, you might want to consider a more insulated cup. And the last con I think is really that the silicone does attract lint and things of that nature. So if I just throw this in my purse as it is, I mean, you can, I don't know if you can tell now even, but there's like some dog hair and stuff on it. But my purse, get out of town, this is gonna look awful. So I always wanna keep it in a zippered pocket so it's protected from a lot of the other things that might be floating around in the bottom of my purse. But also, you could pick a different color. So if you pick black or charcoal or some of their other colors, it might hide a lot of that more easily. This cup is such a light color that my dog's black hair is everywhere, and lint and stuff like that is gonna be a lot easier to see on a lighter colored cup as opposed to a black cup. Okay, so I think that about wraps up my review of the Stojo Collapsible Coffee Cup. I hope that you learned something you didn't know before, and I hope that you all make small changes today for a cleaner planet tomorrow, and we will see you next time. Bye. Was that too aggressive? Maybe that's too aggressive of a wave. We're gonna slow it down. Bye. Stojo Collapsible Coffee Cup. Coffee Cup.